So, a homogeneous expression of the second degree in any number of variables is called as quadratic form. And any equation, any quadratic form equation is nothing but ax square plus by square plus cz square plus 2fyz plus 2gzx plus 2hxy. So, using this arrangement you can easily arrange the coefficients in order to get the matrix A. So, all the diagonal elements are nothing but the coefficients of x square, y square, z square, and here h is nothing but the coefficient of, that is 1 by 2 times the coefficient of xy. So, here it will be 1 by 2 times the coefficient of xy, and here also it will be 1 by 2 times the coefficient of xy. This place is nothing but 1 by 2 times the coefficient of xz, okay, and similarly this will be also coefficient of xz, and this is nothing but the coefficient of zy, okay. So, these are the things we are supposed to remember. So, if you know this, we can easily identify, we can easily write the matrix from the quadratic form. See how to reduce the quadratic form to canonical form. So, if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 are the eigenvalues, and if for each and every eigenvalue it has a corresponding eigenvector x1, x2 and x3 in the normalized form. So, each element normalized form is nothing but every element has to be divided by the square root of sum of the squares of all the elements in the given vector. Therefore, P inverse AP will give you diagonal matrix, that is lambda 1 0 0 0, lambda 2 0 and 0 0, lambda 3, and P is the normalized model matrix. So, once you get this, we can hence write the quadratic form, hence the quadratic form will be reduced to the canonical form of the form lambda 1 x square plus lambda 2 y square plus lambda 3 z square. And the P is, we call it as the matrix of transformation, which is nothing but an orthogonal matrix. Now, let us simply learn how to write the matrix for this equation. So, here the quadratic form is 3x square plus 5y square plus 3z square and all these things. So, it is of 3 variables. So, the matrix will be of 3 cross 3. So, this is the matrix A, and all the diagonals are nothing but the coefficients of x square. So, this is the coefficient of x square, coefficient of y square, and here comes the coefficient of z square. So, all the leading diagonal elements are this. So, when you come to this place, so let us write this way also, this is x, this is y and this is z. Same way, here it is x, here it is y and here this is z. So, this here it is 1 by 2 times of the combination of, that is the xy, the coefficient of xy term. So, where is the xy term? The xy term will have the coefficient as minus 2. Minus 2 divided by 2 will give you minus 1. And here it is a combination of x row and z column, x z combination. So, the coefficient is 2. So, 2 divided by 2 will be 1 here. So, if it is 1, here also it will be 1. If it is minus 1, here also it will be minus 1. Then coming to this part, it is a combination of y z term. So, in the y z term, here it is minus 2. So, minus 2 divided by 2 will be minus 1. So, in these two places it will be minus 1, okay. So, this is how you are supposed to write the matrix from the quadratic form. Next, we will learn how to find the nature of a quadratic form. So, we need what is the definition of the index and what is the definition of signature. So, index, the number of positive terms in the canonical form, we call it as the index, and signature is nothing but the difference of positive terms and negative terms in the canonical form. Next, if the rank of the matrix A is R and the signature is S, then the quadratic form is said to be positive definite if R is equal to N and S is equal to N, and negative definite if R is equal to N and S is equal to 0, positive semi-definite if R less than N and S is equal to R, negative semi-definite if R less than N and S is equal to 0, and indefinite in all other cases, okay. So, now let us solve the problem. Reduce the quadratic form to x1 x2 plus 2x1 x3 minus 2x x3 to a canonical form by an orthogonal reduction, and also we are supposed to find the nature. All these things in the same problem, okay. Now, let us form the matrix A. So, A is nothing but, so for easy understanding, let us write all x1, x2, x3 over here, and here also x1, x2 and x3. So, there is no x1 square term, x2 square term and x3 square term. So, the diagonal elements are 0. And next is a combination of x1 and x2. x1 and x2, the coefficient is 2. So, when you divide that by 2, you will get it as 1. Next is a combination of x1 with x3. Coefficient is 2. When you divide, that will give you 1. So, it is symmetric. Therefore, this is also going to be 1. Corresponding to this is also going to be 1. Okay. Next, Then you come to this part. Here it is a combination of x3 and x2. For x3 and x2, the quotient is minus 2. Divide this by 2, this will give you minus 1. So, if it is minus 1 over here, here also it will be minus 1. So, this is the required matrix A. So, A is nothing but 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 1 and 0. So, we can easily solve this for finding the eigenvalue and eigenvector. So, now let us solve this for getting the eigenvalue. Let us write the characteristic equation A minus lambda I equal to 0. So, this is nothing but minus lambda 1, 1, 1 minus lambda minus 1, 1 minus 1 minus lambda. When you expand the determinant, this is minus lambda times lambda square minus 1. Then minus 1 times of minus lambda plus 1. Then plus 1 times minus 1 plus lambda. Minus 1 plus lambda equivalent to 0. So, when you expand this, this is minus lambda cube, minus into minus plus lambda, then plus lambda minus 1 plus lambda equivalent to 0. So, this is minus lambda cube and 3 lambda minus 2 minus 1 will be a minus 2 equivalent to 0. When you multiply this by a negative sign, this will be minus 3 lambda plus 2 equal to 0. Now, this is a cubic polynomial. By using synthetic division, you can easily find the roots. So, for applying the synthetic division, we need to identify the one single root with the help of trial and error method. So, if you take lambda equal to 1, what will happen? It will be 1 cube minus 3 times 1 plus 2. This is going to be 0. So, immediately we have found what is the root for this equation. So, lambda equal to 1 is one root. Therefore, we can go for synthetic division. So, writing all the coefficients in order, lambda cube the coefficient is 1, there is no lambda square term, it is 0. For lambda it is minus 3 and for the next term it is 2. So, we already found that lambda equal to 1 is one root. So, we are going to divide with the help of this one. So, starts with 0, 1 plus 0 will be 1, 1 into 1 will be 1, 0 plus 1 will be 1. 1 into 1 will be 1, minus 3 plus 1 will be minus 2. 1 into minus 2 will be minus 2. So, obviously, the term will get eliminated and the equation will become lambda square plus lambda minus 2 equal to 0. So, product should be minus 2 and addition to it should be 1. So, this is 2 times 1. So, this will be satisfied. So, the lambda plus 2 into lambda minus 1 equivalent to 0. Therefore, the value of lambda is minus 2 and plus 1. So, overall the eigenvalues are one comma 1 comma minus 2. See here 1 is being repeated. Okay. So, now we should find the eigenvectors very carefully. Okay. So, let us find the eigenvector. To find the eigenvector. So, let us start with the distinct eigenvalue. For lambda equal to minus 2, let us finish it off. For lambda equal to minus 2, a minus lambda I into x is equal to 0 will give. So, already we have a minus lambda s minus lambda 1 1. So, in the place of lambda, we are going to replace it with minus 2. Minus of minus 2 will give you plus 2 1 1. Okay. Similar way, second row, it is 1 plus 2 minus 1. So, 1 plus 2 minus 1 and in the third row 1 minus 1 and plus 2. So, 1 minus 1 and plus 2 multiplied by x1, x2, x3 equal to 0. So, let us write this in the form of equation. 2x1 plus x2 plus x3 will be equivalent to 0. So, on the second row, does x1 plus 2x2 minus x3 will be equivalent to 0. x1 minus 2, okay, x1 minus x2, okay, x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 equal to 0. All the equations are different equations. Let us take any two equations. Let us start with these two. So, start writing the coefficients starting from x2. So, it is 1, 1, 2 and 1. And from the second equation is 2 minus 1, 1 and 2. Therefore, the value of x1 is nothing but x1 by determinant 1, 1, 2 minus 1 is equivalent to x2 by 1, 2, minus 1 and 1. This is equivalent to x3 by 2, 1, 1, 2. So here this is x1 by minus 1 minus 2 and here x2 by 1 minus into minus plus 2 and x3 by 4 minus 1. So we have got the value of x1 by minus 3, x2 by 3 and x3 by 3. Therefore, the value of the first vector x1 is nothing but minus 1, 1, 1. That is a scalar multiple of 3. So, dividing this by 3, we got the value of x1 as minus 1, 1 and 1. Now, we are going to find the value eigenvector for lambda equal to 1. So, it is a repeated root. So, for lambda is equal to 1, what will happen? The matrix will be minus 1, 1, 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1. So, here it is 1, minus 1 and minus 1 again. So, here it is minus 1 again multiplied by x1, x2, x3 equal to 0. When you write the equations, this will be minus x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to 0. Next one x1 minus x2 minus x3 equal to 0. x1 minus x2 minus x3 equivalent to 0. Okay. So, now see here, when you multiply the first equation by a negative sign, again all the three equations are the same. Okay. So, now we have got only one equations with three unknowns. We are supposed to find all the three values with the help of only one unknowns. One equation with three unknowns, right? So, for this purpose, let us assign, let x3 be equivalent to 0. If we fix x3 equivalent to 0, what will happen? x1 minus x2 will become 0. So, it means that x1 is equal to x2. Therefore, the value, the vector x2 is nothing but 1, 1 and 0. Okay. So, now we are supposed to find the third vector. So, that can be done with the concept of orthogonal. So, to find the third vector. So, now let us consider x3 as some values a, b and c or some l, m and n. So, in the book they will be following it as l, m, n. So, let us have that as it is. So, let x3 be l, m and n. Since x3 is orthogonal to x1 and x2, we can write x3 transpose x1 equal to 0 and x3 transpose x2 equal to 0. So, by doing this way, you will be getting two equations. Again, we can apply the cross ratio method for finding the values of L, M and N. So, this is nothing but L, M, N times of x1. So, we have already got the value of x1 as minus 1, 1, 1 equivalent to 0. So, this implies minus L plus M plus n equal to 0. Let this be equation number 1. Similarly, x3 transpose into x2. So, x3 transpose is L, M, N and x2 already we have found, it is nothing but 1, 1 and 0. So, therefore, 1, 1, 0 will be equivalent to, this implies L plus M equivalent to 0. Now, let us write the coefficients in order. So, 1, 1, minus 1 and 1, 1, 1, okay, 1, 0, 1 and 1. There is no n term, right? Therefore, we are replacing it by 0. So, this implies L by determinant of 1, 1, 1, 0, which is equivalent to M by the determinant of 1 minus 1, 0, 1 and the n divided by the determinant of 1, 1, 1, 0. So, when you simplify this, this will be L by minus 1 and M by 1 and this is 1 minus 0, right. So, this will be 1 and here this is n by minus 1. Therefore, the x3, third vector x3 is nothing but, okay, just take it again. So, for n it is minus 1, 1. Okay, for n it is minus 1, 1, 1 and 1 here. So, this will be minus 1, this is minus 2. Okay. Therefore, when you multiply this by a negative sign, you will be getting the value as 1, minus 1 and plus 2. Either you can have it as it like in this way itself, otherwise you can multiply it by a negative sign and take it as 1, minus 1 and 2. So once you find all these eigenvectors, you can form the model matrix P. Therefore, the model matrix P is nothing but the first vector is minus 1, 1, 1. So here it is minus 1, 1, 1 and the second vector is 1, 1, 0 and the third vector is 1, minus 1, 2. So here it is 1, minus 1, 2. Now let us find the normalized model matrix. Normalized model matrix is given by P is equal to minus 1 by root 3. We are just taking the square root of minus 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, it will give you root 3. And here also it is 1 by root 3 and here it is 1 by root 3. And same way in this place it is root 2. So 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 0. Here it is 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6. So this is 1 by root 6 minus 1 by root 6 and 2 divided by root 6. So these are the entries in the normalized model matrix. Therefore, D will be equivalent to P transpose into AP. So when you do this, you will be getting minus 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0 and 1. So all the eigenvalues will come and occupy in the diagonal elements. When you multiply, you will be getting it as this form. Therefore, the canonical form is given by lambda 1 x1 square plus lambda 2 x2 square plus lambda 3 x3 square. So what is the value of lambda 1? It is minus 2. Therefore, minus 2 x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. This is the required canonical form. Now we need to discuss the nature of the quadratic form. So if you want to discuss the nature of the quadratic form, we need to identify the index and signature. So what is the index? What is the definition of index? So number of positive terms in its canonical form is the index and signature is the difference of positive and negative term. So now the canonical form is this, right? 2x1 square. So number of positive terms is nothing but 2, only one negative term here. So index is nothing but 2. And what about the signature? Difference of positive term as well as negative term. Positive term is 2 and negative term is 1. Therefore, signature will be 1 in this case. So here you can observe that some eigenvalues are positive and some are negative and some eigenvalues are negative. Since it has both positive eigenvalues and negative eigenvalues, it implies it is indefinite. The nature is indefinite. Okay. So in the same problem we have found the eigenvalue, eigenvector, then we have found how to diagonalize, then based on the diagonalization we have written how to write the canonical form, then finally we have ended up with the nature of the quadratic form. Right? So we will stop with this. Thank you.